What's up, everybody, and welcome back to a brand new Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links box review. Hello, everybody, to the live stream, and hello, everybody watching this live stream after the live stream is over today. Let me see if I mapped my stream correctly. Nope, I did not map my stream correctly. Unprofessional stream right here. Gonna go back to full screen right now, but if we click right here, as you guys can see, we have the new box Valhalla Calling. I already talked about that in a previous video of mine, and I talked about some of the cards that did get leaked from Duel Links meta, but Konami has finally released the upcoming, or not the upcoming thing, but they finally released the release date for this box. It's going to be coming out on August 31st, and today I'm going to be taking a look at the box. I'm going to take a look at the new UR cards that they announced for the box, and we're going to be taking a look at some of the new UR and SR reprints from this box, and also I'm going to talk about some archetypes like Watts, Cardians, and stuff like that, because I didn't talk about those archetypes in the previous thing. Also, when it comes to this live stream, like, I'm going to say what's up to some of you guys in the chat right now. Me, Love Fried Rice, RDX, Spooky YT Game, Mega Manny, LJ Cruiser, Zach, Maelstrom Win, Zelda, Fanboy, Miles, 97, Spooky YT Gaming. I think I said hello to you already. What's up, Action Jacks? What's up, Eddie Norton? What's up, Jackie Joes? All you guys, sorry if I missed out on any names right now, but welcome to the live stream. For the most part, I'm going to be not checking out the chat for this live stream, but I will check it periodically if I like making a mistake in the live stream, or if I need help from you guys when it comes to like card rulings and stuff like that. You guys can tell me and help me in the chat down below. But I do have alerts on, so if you guys donate, I should be able to hear that. Actually, let me set up one thing real quick. I don't think I actually have my alerts set up, so let me set up my alerts real quick, and then once I do, then we're gonna get going on the live stream. So I will hear alerts if anybody donates or subscribes or whatever. I'll shout you guys out when it comes to that, but for the most part, I'm gonna try to not take a look at the chat and all that stuff, because I just busy. So there's that right there. I'm gonna move this up here. Okay, we should be good right here. I'm going to go back to Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links because this is the release date for anybody that wants to know. What else was I about to say before we're going to get to the box review and all that stuff? I guess thank you guys for watching, and let's get into it. Maybe it'll come back to mind. Oh yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about. It did get reminded to me. I wasn't planning the live stream today, but since Konami just, dropped the release date of this new box for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, I'm going to be talking about in this live stream. That's why we're here right now, which is pretty awesome. I was going to upload a Dark Side of Dimensions leak video for you guys, but that's going to have to be postponed, and I'm going to just work on it after this live stream. Without any more stalling though, because I talk way too much. Sorry about that. Let's get into today's epic Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links live stream. So I'm going to adjust myself over here. I'm not going to talk about any of the cards that I talked about in the previous, or not that I'm not going to talk about them, but I'm not going to go in a full in-depth first impressions review on the cards that I talked about in my previous Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links video. So keep that in mind when we're talking about the Valhalla Calling, but we are going to talk about the new UR cards that got revealed. I'm going to talk about the reprints that we're going to be getting in this box, so on and so forth. So let's get into the spiciness right here. Not going to take too long on this card, but Odeon, or not Odeon, I keep calling this card Odeon. Odin, Father Acer, or whatever you call this goofy card, not goofy card, but this card right here. This is the main, but you are from this box. 4,000 attack, 3,500 defense. Very cool. The gist of this guy is that you can make this card once per turn, unaffected by spell and trap card effects, and also if this card, or during the end phase of this face of card was controlled or was destroyed by your opponent's battle card effect, you can bring it back by banishing a Nordic Ascended Tuner monster from your graveyard and special summon this card. So this card's a floater, and if you special summon it away, it draws a card. Very cool right there. Talked about it a little bit more in my previous video.
Is the final 5Ds box before DSOD?
Possibly, Andrew. Thank you so much for the, what was it, $2 donation? Appreciate it, homie. Next up, we have Scrap Dragon, another card I talked about in my previous video. This is a generic, 8-star Synchro monster. Scrap Dragon can be, used in the Synchro toolbox if you wanted to, because its effect is actually pretty cool. So, its first effect when you Synchro summon this card is that you're able to, once per turn, target a card your opponent controls, and one card your opponent controls, destroy him. This is a very good effect, and this is going to help out anybody that is running a Synchro deck that is able to Synchro summon it into a 8-star Synchro monster, because this is generic, one tutor plus one or more non-tutor monsters. Very cool right there. You can sacrifice this card itself to destroy another card, or you can get rid of one of your like spell and trap cards on your side of the field to destroy a card your opponent controls. This is a really good card. Scrap Dragon is very cool. Its second effect is scrap related, but I'm not going to talk about it because it's just whatever for me. The biggest point about this card is the fact that it's a generic 8-star dragon synchro monster that you can target a card you control and to target a card your opponent controls, destroy. Very, very cool. Next up, we're going to take a look at, this is a reprint right here, so I'm going to talk about it right here. Mass Hero Dion, I forgot which selection box he was in, but actually, we can go to Duel Links right now. So let me go on Duel Links right now and search up when this card, or what selection box this card was from, because Mass Hero Dion is already in the game, but now he's going to be in this box, which is very cool. So we're going to search up Master Hero Dion, I'm gonna get the how to attain right here. So this card was released in the Selection Box Volume 2, but now thanks to Konami, they finally have officially released this card, technically a reprint right here, and we have Master Hero Dion. He's finally in the game as an official card, not official card. He's been in the game as an official card. Memes aside, though, this is a 8-star Earth Warrior Fusion Effect monsters. Must be special summoned with Mass Change. This and cannot be special summoned by other ways. When this card destroys a opponent's monster by balance in the grave, you can special summon one level 4 or lower hero monster from your deck. This card has 2,800 attack and 3,000 defense. So the card that you're probably going to synergize with the most is this card that's also got reprinted in this box, which is Elemental Hero Solid Soldier. This is a 4-star Earth Warrior. And when this card is normal summoned, you can special summon one level 4 or lower warrior monster from your hand. If this card is sent for the monster to the graveyard by a spell effect, aka Mass Change, you can target a hero monster in your graveyard except Solid Soldier special summon in defense position. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, Solid Soldier has a little bit of synergy with Dion right there. And Dion can, special summon a Solid Soldier. You have Mass Change your Solid Soldier into Mass Hero Dion, and then Solid Soldier can trigger its effect. Or you can, you can, target a hero monster. So yeah, Solid Soldier can bring back your Dion, your second Dion or whatever. So now that we can easily get access to 3 copies of both Solid Soldier and Dion, or Dan, or whatever you call this card, there's some synergy right there, which is pretty cool. So that's my fast impressions review. Sorry if I jumbled on any of my words, but we're just going to keep going with the quick box review because I got other stuff to do. Next up, we're going to be talking about a little bit about Master Hyperion. This card seems super duper cool, and I'm looking forward to trying out the Agent deck from Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. Also, I'm going to check. Okay, my mic is working. Just making sure right there. But this card's an 8-star Light Fairy Effect monster. You can special summon this card from your hand by banishing one the Agent monster from your hand, field, or graveyard. Once per turn, you can banish a Light Fairy type monster from a graveyard, then target a card on the field, destroy a target. While Sanctuary Disguise on the field, you can activate this effect up to twice per turn. Super cool card, super easy to special summon into. 2,700 attack is no joke to deal with, and you can combo like something like Beat Down to boost its attack a little bit. You can banish a Light Fairy type monster from a graveyard to target a card on the field and destroy it. Very cool. Also,
Solid Soldier is gonna be amazing in Zexal World.
I appreciate the $2 super chat, Andrew. And you know what? That would be pretty cool. But too bad Sex of World's most likely going to be coming in 2020. Back to box review. Thank you so much for the super chat, though. Chat, everybody in the chat, put some clap emojis, or if you're a YouTube member, spam some Misty emojis in the chat. But yeah, this card seems cool. Looking forward to trying out the deck. I believe the Agent cards are also like fairy cards, so that's automatic synergy right here. We have the Agent of Mystery Earth. It's a tuner monster right here. I guess we could control F. The Agents. Okay, cool. So we can use this to search out some of the other like the Agent cards in this. So we have, Jupiter right here, so that's pretty cool. So that's another fairy card that you can use to special summon into that boss monster. Let's do this. Still 15. Boop, 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 boop. We have, Uranus. No way, dude. Uranus. No way. It's Uranus. Omega Lol. And then we have, what is it right here? What are some other Agent cards? Very cool right here. So we have this one right here, Mars, and then we have what is it? And last but not least, we have Mercury. So that's pretty cool right here. So there's a lot of targets you can use to special summon into a Master Hyperion, which is awesome. And also, while Sanctuary Disguise on the field, you can activate the effect up to twice per turn. So you can banish another Light Fairy type monster from a graveyard and target card on the field and destroy it. So this card seems super cool. Talked about that in my previous video, but I just wanted to mention it again. It's a cool card. The Agent of Mystery is another card that also got revealed and the leaks and all that stuff right there, but it's a fairy tuner, which is actually pretty cool. So you also have synchro summoning potential with this deck, which is pretty crazy. And yeah, when this card is normal, somebody can add an Agent monster from your deck to your hand, except Earth. Or if Sanctuary in the Skies on the field, you can add a Master Hyperion from your deck to your hand instead. So this card's a tuner that opens up the Synchro toolbox. It can search out for your Agents, or it can search out for your boss monster. Crazy good card right there. Very cool. Now we're going to talk about a brand new card right here. Would you look at that? Carly is already getting support. Duel Links seems to be loving Carly. That is for sure. With the character release day, and now on the 31st of August, we're going to be getting more Fortune support in a box. I wish Misty was added, because Misty would be added to the game. We got her Reptilianne support in a box, Pog right there. I'm gonna keep running the add Misty to Duel Links like dead to the ground. You guys are gonna just be telling me that I'm being a dead horse, which I already am, but Konami, I want my girl in there. But still, Carly in Duel Links is awesome, and we have some new Fortune Lady support, which is very cool. Fortune Lady Calling is a spell card. If you control a Fortune Lady monster, especially one Fortune Lady monster from your deck with a different name for the cards you control. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon monsters from the extra deck except Synchro monsters. You only can activate one Fortune Lady Calling per turn. To be honest, I don't really see that much of a downside for this card, and I can see why it's a UR right there. And this must be one of the newer Fortune Lady supports because it shows the Fortune Lady Synchro monster and the new Fortune Lady card that's inspired by Dark Signer Carly. Yeah, this card is fucking good though, because yeah, you have any Fortune Lady monster on your field, you could special summon a different Fortune Lady monster from your deck with a different name. Yeah, so a different Fortune Lady monster from your deck, which is crazy. And then the only thing you can't do is special summon monsters from the extra deck except for Synchro monsters, but at least in Duel Links for now, the only other extra deck summoning mechanic is fusion, and last time I checked, Fortune Ladies don't really fuse, so there's like no downside to this currently. Clearly this is just with how this card is designed, especially for like the TCG, they just don't want to open up easy potential for XC summoning and all that stuff right there. So that's good future proofing also for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links right there. But that card's wow, that's good. That is crazy good. Next up, we have a card that we talked about in the previous, video that I talked about when it comes to the Duel Links leaks. We have Banishment of the Dark Lords. This is a spell card. Add one Dark Lord card from your deck to your hand, except Banishment of the Dark Lords. You only can activate one Banishment of Dark Lords per turn. So yeah, Dark Lords was an archetype. Let me go look up in Duel Links real quick. Dark Lord, and yeah, so if we take a look, I believe Dark Lord, so they're added in the Lords of Shining mini box. We have a lot of Dark Lord. We have a lot of Dark Lord cards already in the game, so it's pretty cool that they're getting support. That's pretty nice, and yeah, it's a very cool card, Banishment of the Dark Lord. So we're gonna go switch back over to here before I forget. Also, what's up, Lewis? Welcome to the stream. I appreciate it, man. Sorry for not reading chat, but like I said at the beginning of the stream, we're trying to focus on box review. But yeah, Banishment of Dark Lords adding, support to a deck that came out a couple months ago, which is pretty cool. You can add one from your deck to your hand, which is very nice, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Next up, we have Forbidden Lands. Talked about this in the previous video. Target faces a monster on the field till the end of this turn. Target loses 800 attack, but it's unaffected by the effects of other spell and trap cards. Very cool. Valhalla Hall of the Fallen is a new card into this box. I believe this card, because I recognize this artwork. It's very common in Fairy decks, so it's very cool that we're going to be getting this card in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, and it makes a lot of sense. But yeah, this card right here, once per turn, you can special summon one Fairy type monster from your hand. You must control no monsters to activate and resolve this effect. UR card, I believe it could summon Master Hyperion. Because yeah, Master Hyperion says you can special summon this card by banishing an agent monster, so it's a you can effect. So you can use this card right here to special summon Master Hyperion or any other Fairy decks that you might consider to be playing, like for example, Dark Lords that we just talked about a little bit ago. Dark Lords are all Fairy type monsters with just dark attributes, so you can use this card right here to special summon them. This card's probably going to open up a lot of capabilities for a lot of different decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links that are Fairy related for cards in this box and all that stuff right there. And also, let me see. So no, Fortune Ladies are spellcasters. I'm about to say maybe you can use this to special summon Fortune Ladies, but no, they are spellcasters, which makes a lot of sense. That's it for the URs though. UR cards are looking pretty spicy right here. Meme deck from Odin could be probably pretty good. Scrap Dragon, very solid, generic 8-star synchro monster for the 8-star synchro monster shenanigans. I'm definitely going to try it out in my Gemini deck. So my Gemini deck is able to special summon some, 8-star synchro monsters, which is very cool. So I might try that out. Master Hero Dion, I wouldn't mind getting, more copies of this card, especially with Solid Soldier, because that synergy is too freaking spicy. Too freaking spicy right there. And also you can combo it with like Wild Heart if you want to, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna go get a drink of water before I keep talking about the box. So there's that right there. But Master Hyperion, super good card. Seems really cool to try out. This card works really well, or this card is just a super good support card for the Master Hyperion deck, which is cool. Fortune Lady Calling is crazy good for Fortune Ladies. So depending on some of these Fortune Lady cards that we're going to talk about later, this card might help out Fortune Ladies by a ton, and maybe it'll be a decent deck in Duel Links. Banishment of Dark Lords supports an existing deck. I don't know if Dark Lords will be able to be super competitive with this card, but it's definitely a huge boost for Dark Lords. Forbidden Lance is just a versatile card that you can try out to make your monsters unaffected by spell and trap cards. I don't know how much play this card will see, but who knows? We'll see what happens. Yeah, because I mean, you can use this against your opponent's monster to make it weaker or protect your own with spell and trap card effects. So yeah, Forbidden Lance might see them play, and then Valhalla is super good for fairies. Very cool. Now let's go talk about some of the brand new Fortune Lady cards. So Fortune Lady Every is a brand new card. This card was revealed not too long ago. for the TCG and OCG, and this is a Synchro monster. This is a light 7-star spellcaster Synchro effect, and it takes 1 tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner spellcaster monsters. So it's almost a generic Synchro, but you need spellcaster monsters in order to Synchro summon it into every. So there's that right there. This card's attack defense becomes its levels times 400, so it'll be 2800 attack immediately when it gets on the field. Once per turn during your standby phase, increases card by 1 maximum of 12. Then you can banish 1 face of monster your opponent control. That's actually very, very cool right there. So while it gets an attack bonus by increasing its level, you can banish a card face of monster your opponent controls. Crazy good, but you won't be able to trigger its effect or trigger that effect when you summon this card immediately. But if this card sticks around like long game, Fortune Ladies are definitely going to be annoying, just banishing one of your cards if this gets Synchro summoned, so that's pretty cool. During your opponent's end phase, if this card's in your graveyard, you can banish another spellcaster monster from your graveyard and special summon this card. You only can use the effect of Fortune Lady every once per turn. I think Fortune Ladies might be pretty competitive just from this card alone. If Fortune Ladies are able to easily special summon into this card is going to be a very, very, very huge threat. Because if you're going to be playing this card, you're going to be playing Fortune Ladies, and of course, Fortune Ladies are non-tuner spellcaster monsters, and when you go for the Synchro summon of this card, you're going to have spellcaster monsters in your graveyard right away. So no matter what, you're going to be able to trigger this effect unless your opponent banishes your spellcaster monsters after you Synchro summon into this card. So there's that right there. So if your opponent does take this card out and sends it to the graveyard, you'll have to deal with your opponent bringing it back on the field, and then it'll help. And then also, since this card is a floaty, it can even take advantage of that, so you can banish your face of monster opponent controls effect right there, which is pretty crazy. So you're going to want to banish Fortune Lady every to get rid of this card completely, that is for sure. But then again, Fortune Ladies kind of like to do some shenanigans with the banish zone anyway, so this card is just going to be a nuisance, that is for sure. Fortune Lady every sounds very, very cool. We talked about Star Eater in my previous leak video, but this is an 11-star Synchro monster, and it's a generic one too. And when you do Synchro summon this card, this thing's pretty much invincible for the most part. When it's Synchro summoned, this Synchro summon can't be negated. When it's Synchro summoned card, in fact, cannot be activated if this card attacks unaffected by other card effects till the end of the damage step. Pretty cool card, pretty neat card. I can't wait to see what meme decks people create from this card. That's very epic. This card's a reprint right here. I've actually been rocking this 6-star Synchro monster for a while now, because it was one of the few cards that I pulled from the selection box too, which I'm going to go double check if this was from the selection box too real quick. So we're going to go do this. Boom, bada, bang. How to attain? Yes, it was from the selection box too. Very, very cool right there. So that's nice. That's very nice right there. HTS, whatever you pronounce this card. But it's a super cool card. Generic Synchro monster. It's a Psychic Synchro effect. After damage calculation, when this card balances an opponent's monster, you can banish that monster and also banish this card. Very cool right here. 2600 attack is not too shabby at all, especially with that effect where if you do battle your opponent's monster, you can banish it and banish this card too. Very cool. So yeah, you can use this, big beat stick right here, big 6-star beat stick, beat up your opponent's monsters. If your opponent is able to get over this card and attacks into it, you can use its effect to banish it. Or if you're trying to attack a monster that has more attack than this card specifically, you can use its effect to banish that bigger monster. So super cool card, really good 6-star Synchro monster, and it's cool that now players are going to be able to have an easier time unlocking this card. Very nice reprint. Next up, we're going to talk about Fortune Lady Pass, which is a tuner monster. Would you look at that? Fortune Lady Pass is a dark 1-star spellcaster tuner effect. This card's defense becomes its level times 200. Once per turn during your standby phase, increase this card's level by 1, maximum of 1. You can target one Fortune Lady monster control, banish any number of other spellcaster monsters from your hand, field, and our graveyard. And if you do, increase or reduce that monster's level, but the monster's banished until the end of the turn. You only can activate the effect of Fortune Lady Pass once per turn. So definitely getting 3 copies of Fortune Lady Pass is going to be very, very beneficial if you're going to want to go into that turbo of easily summoning into Fortune Lady every, because you can use Fortune Lady's Pass to banish any of your spellcaster monsters from hand, field, or graveyard to manipulate the levels of your Fortune Lady monsters on the field in order to go for a Synchro summon. So that is very cool right there, which is pretty nice. And pretty much Fortune Lady Pass is only used for Synchro summoning. It's it's a 1-star monster, so attack and defense is not going to be too good right away because you summon this card on the field. It's only going to have 200 attack and defense, which is very, very mediocre. So the specific purpose of this card is just to go into a Synchro summon. And by the way, as you can tell, this is definitely a reference to Dark Signer Carly. Easy peasy, lemon freaking squeezy. And it's a pretty cool card. I like it. Except we already talked about Solid Soldier, so I'm not going to talk about him again. But now we're going to talk about a little bit about UA Perfect Ace. I'm still sleeping on this card, but I understand why people are very hyped for this card. So this is some new UA support for, you know, a deck that UA has been around for a little while now. 5-star Earth Warrior effect monster. You can special summon this card from your hand by returning a UA monster you control to the hand. Except UA Perfect Ace, you only can special summon UA Perfect Ace once per turn this way. So the cool effect about this card is that once per turn, during your opponent's turn, when a card effect is activated, you can discard a card and negate the activation. If you do destroy, this is a quick effect. Now, that effect is super good. I just, one, don't like the 1500 attack, so you can't really use this card as a good, you know, beat stick right there. At the same time, though, if you do special summon this card, I believe you can special summon it in defense position. There doesn't, the card text doesn't say anything about having to be in attack position, so there's that right there. If you're gonna summon this card, definitely gonna put it in defense position. There might be a chance where you're not gonna have like a lot of cards in your hand to trigger its effect, and that's kind of the one like gripe I have about the, well, another gripe that I have about this card is that we start off with a starting hand of 4 unless you go turn 2, and you have to discard a card to activate its effect, and it's only during your opponent's turn, which is also kind of bad. So I mean, this card's a good open up card, but I feel like that you're going to be kind of lacking in resources depending on how your opening hand is, and I don't think in every turn 1 you're going to be able to one summon this card or have enough resources in your hand to really utilize the effect. But if you do, you can shut down boards with this effect because you can negate any card or effect. You can negate spell, trap, or effect monsters. So I'm personally sleeping on this card. Most likely this card will make UAs pretty good because there's times in the past where I thought cards were mediocre but instead they became meta. So it is what it is. I'm still sleeping on this card, but I understand why people are looking forward to it. So very cool. Next up, we're not going to talk, well, you know what? We're going to talk about this card because this is, you know, waifu support. Most of you guys know Misty Lola, aka Misty Treadwell, best waifu for me personally, and this is one of her Reptilian cards. Well, she didn't use this card in the show, but this was some new Reptilian support that I was hoping to get through a potential Misty Treadwell unlock in the future, but instead they added this card into the box. But still, this card is very cool, and it is inspired by Misty. I can definitely see the, like, artwork design inspired by Misty because this, you know, Reptilian card has, you know, the black hair, has the dress, has that little, like, green resembling, you know, Misty and how Misty was a dark signer and her dark signer robe was, had that green right there. So definitely a reference to Misty, which is very cool. Hoping to pull this card. So that's awesome. And yeah, this card's very cool. So if this card's in your hand, all monsters you control are face-up reptile monsters, minimum 1. You can target a face-up monster opponent controls and change his attack to 0. And if you do special summon this card, then take damage equal to the original monster's attack. If this card is sent to the graveyard as a synchro material, it can target up to 2 face-up monsters on the field, change its attack to 0, and you only can use one Reptilianne Llama or whatever this card's called effect once per turn, only once that turn. So I don't like the fact that when you do special summon this card, you do have to take damage. I feel like that's going to definitely hurt you a lot, but this does open up the possibility of different skills that you can use that utilize you losing life points. So that's awesome right there. Also, what's really nice about this card is that we're going to switch up the Reptilian support that we already have in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So this card's definitely going to help out too, help out special summoning into one of the boss monsters right here. So Reptilian Vasky is a pretty cool Reptilian card. This is an 8-star dark monster, and it cannot be normal summon or set. This must be special summoned except by this card cannot be special summoned except by attributing 2 face-up monsters 0 attack from anywhere on the field. Once per turn, you can select and destroy 1 face-up monster your opponent control. You know, it can be 1 face-up Reptilian Vasky on the field. So Vasky is going to get supported by, you know, this one right here, because when this card gets sent to the graveyard after a synchro summon or whatever, you can target 2 face-up monsters in the field, change its attack to 0, which is pretty cool. So that's fun right there. I like that a lot. You know, you can target this one maybe to 0, you know, your synchro monster you got on the field and the opponent's monster, and then special summon this card or whatnot. So it's pretty cool right there. Definitely see the support right there, and I'm willing to try out, you know, this new reptile card in a future video and stuff like that. So I guess expect, or I won't say like expect, because I'm going to be very busy, as you guys know, or as some of you guys know. I'm a working man now, so I'm doing YouTube alongside of some work and all that stuff, so I'm much more busy as of late. So I'm not going to promise any videos just because I'm just going to be busy lately, but I'm pretty sure I'll be making a new Misty deck V2 with the new Reptilian support, which is pretty cool. And also there's that new reptile card that got added from the previous mini box I still need to try out, so looking forward to it, even though it's still sad that I wish that we were able to unlock this card through Misty Treadwell unlock, but it is what it is. At least we have the card. This was from the previous leak. Super Nimble Mega Hamster, 4-star Earth, Beast Flip effect, flip. You can special summon a level 3 lower beast monster from your deck face down defense position. I'm struggling at this card. We can go to Duel Links real quick though, and go check out all the 3-star lower beast monsters that we can summon, I guess. I'm sleeping on that card though, because it's a flip effect. Flip effects take forever. So there's that right there. But you know what? Look at this big gamers. Yo, Ojama support. Let's fucking go, dude. Let's go. Ojama support. Hell yeah. Thank you, Konami. And we got Bubonic Vermin support. Holy shit. Let's go. Thank you, Konami, for adding this broken card. That's all we need to know. That's literally all we need to know. We can summon Ojamas with Mega Hamster. Thank you, Konami. Appreciate it. Hyper Hammerhead. Okay, yeah, this card wasn't this... No wonder this wasn't on the leak thing, because I couldn't... Yeah, I think one of the NPCs, either Rex or Hasselberry, used this card in some sort of, like, event. So this card has been in Duel Links for a long time now, but now we're going to be able to get this card as an SR card, which is very cool right there. So that's awesome. This is a 4-star Earth Dinosaur effect. At the end of the damage step of this, if an opponent's monster of the battle's card is not destroyed, return the opponent's monster, or return that opponent's monster to the hand. Okay, this will have 1800 attack if you play Jurassic World, so, you know, rock the Jurassic World skill. And yeah, this card is okay. I can see why it's SR, not UR. So yeah, it's an okay card. Cool. Cool. Next up, we're going to take a look at Shining Angel card I talked about in my previous leak video. So yeah, Shining Angel 4-star light fairy effect monster. When this card is stored by battle and sent to the grave, you can special summon one light monster with 1500 or less attack from your deck in face-up attack position. So you can special summon this Shining Angel. You can special summon your other, like, the agent cards from your deck onto the field through Shining Angel. There's a lot of things you can use with Shining Angel. It's kind of the same treatment as as a Pyramid Turtle, but at the same time though, Shining Angel does light monsters while Pyramid Turtle is only restricted to zombie monsters. So there's that right there. But yeah, no, Shining Angel is a very cool card. And let me double check. Yeah, the agent, because these are lights and they have less than 1500 attacks. So there's that right there. Very cool card. I wouldn't say it's slow, because you summon the monster, then it has some floating capabilities by special summoning other light monsters from your deck into the field. So yeah, it's a cool card. I like it. Last but not least, we have this card right here. I don't know how to pronounce the name, so I'm not going to try to, but this is a 1-star Beast Spirit effect. It cannot be special summoned during the end phase of the turn. This card is normal summon or flip face up, return to the hand. This card is normal summon or flip face up. You can target one level 1, or you can target one level 1 monster in graveyard, special summon that target by banishing and leaves the field. I'm still resident sleeping on this card. I don't know what purpose this card has exactly, and I'm definitely missing something. The only thing I can think of is whenever Exceed Summoning comes, years from now, you can go for some rank 1 monsters with this card right here. But I don't know, there's probably a combo or something that I'm missing out from this card, so it is what it is. It is what it is. And also, I just checked the chat and the viewer count. Thank you to the 100 people watching the stream. We're going to do some shameless sellout in the chat. I appreciate all of you guys for stopping by. So that is the SR and UR cards. I guess what we can do next... Oh, wait, hold up. I just realized something. So one thing that's very big is that, so in my Yu-Gi-Oh! Leak video talking about this box, Loki in Duel Links Meta's website was treated as a UR monster, but as you guys can see in the official Konami box from, the list from Konami, Loki got demoted to rare tier. Dang, UR to rare in a Thanos snap, bro, in a Thanos snap. So that's interesting. So yeah, Thor Lore the Azer and then Loki Lore the Azer, however you pronounce the last word, are both rare monsters. So I talked about Loki in the previous video, but we can talk about Thor for a little bit right here. Yeah, so Thor, right here, Beast Warrior Synchro effect. Nordic Beast monster plus 2 more non-tuner monsters. Once per turn, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent controls until the end of this turn. During the end phase of this face-up card, you control destroyed by opponent's card by battle card effects on the graveyard. You can banish Nordic Beast Tuner from your graveyard. Special summon this card, special summon this way, inflict 800 damage to your opponent. So here's that right here. Has less attack than Odin. Right there. And does this have less attack than Loki? No, Loki has the lowest attack out of the 3. So that's interesting right there. But yeah, it's an okay card. I could definitely see why, Odin is like the UR though, because its floaty effect is way better than, Thor and Loki. But it's still cool. It's still cool to see these guys in the box. But now they're both rare, so there is that right there. Well, okay, so I was going to talk about Watts real quick, but I think what we're going to do is, because I'm not going to talk about every single card in this box. I'm just going to kind of just like look at the cards that are interesting to me and talk about them. But I think what we should first do is talk about the agent cards, because this is a new archetype to me, and I feel like the agents are going to be pretty cool in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. So we're going to start talking about the rare agent cards right here. And the first one we're going to be talking about is Jupiter. This is a 4-star light fairy effect monster. Once per turn, you can remove and play one agent monster in your graveyard to select the face-up, or not the face-up, Omega Lol, one face-up light fairy type monster you control. Oh yeah, and the selected monster gains an attack until the end phase. While Sanctuary scans the field, once per turn you can discard a fairy type monster, select one of your remove for play a fairy light monster and special summon it. Oh, cool. And also, I think you can use both of these effects at the same turn, which is actually really cool. So, yeah, if I'm reading this correctly, you can use both effects on the same turn. So, yeah, once per turn, remove and play the ancient monster from your graveyard to select the face-up light fairy-type monster that you control. Select a monster, gain 100 attack until the end phase. And then, if Sanctuary Sky is face-up on the field, once per turn, you discard a fairy-type monster, select one of your remove ones from play, and special summon it. So, that's pretty cool. This card's actually really sick. So, what you can do is that you can use Master Hyperion's effect, pitch the Agent of Mystery Earth into the graveyard, and then that's your special summon. Then you're gonna normie summon your Jupiter, play Jupiter's effect to then boost your Master Hyperion right here, which is very cool. And then you're gonna use its other effect if you have Sanctuary and Sky on the field to then special summon back the Ancient Mystery Earth, and then use the 2-star Tuner plus the 4-star Jupiter to go into a 6-star Synchro monster into HTT, HTS, whatever that is, or just any other monster right there. So that's actually pretty cool. Chat, you guys will have to confirm if that ruling is correct, but from what I could tell, that's what you can do, which is pretty freaking cool. So I'll check you guys out in a little bit. Next up, we're going to talk about Uranus XDDDDD. We're going to be talking about the Agent of Entropy, Uranus. This is a 5-star Dark Fairy Tuner effect. Sanctuary Sky is on the field. You can special summon this card from your hand. Oh, that's cool. That's actually really cool. Once per turn, you can send the agent from your deck to the graveyard, and if your discard's level becomes level, that monster sends the graveyard by this effect. So this is definitely another card that you can really open up the Synchro toolbox with. That's pretty cool right there. Chat, have you guys confirmed anything just yet? I don't know yet. I don't know yet. We'll take a look at that a little bit later yet again, except for I do have that chat delay, and I'm going through this box pretty quickly. But this card right here is pretty cool. I think this Uranus card is pretty neat if you have Sanctuary and Sky on the field. If you don't have Sanctuary and Sky on the field, this card's completely useless for the most part. But if you do have it, you can special summon this card, which is very cool. And then you can send an agent monster from your deck to the graveyard and change the level of this card. So that's pretty cool right here. It's also opening up the Synchro potential if you want to go for that route. So that is pretty cool. Like that a lot right there. Next up, let's go take a look at some of the other ones. We will take a look at some of the other, the other agent cards, but I don't know if they'll be as good as the ones that we just talked about not too long ago. So there's that right there. We have the Agents of Forest Mars. It's a 3-star light fairy effect. This card is unaffected by any spell cards. While I control face of Sanctuary of the Sky to your opponent and your life points are higher than your opponent's. This card gains attack and defense by the difference between you and your opponent's life points. That's kind of neat. That's a neat card. I don't know how useful this will be because this can be super useless depending on how the duel is going. But yeah, it's a neat card. It's a neat card right there. Uranus will be mine at last. No way, chat. No way. So that's that right there. We're going to talk about the Reptilianne card in a little bit. I got to talk about it because it's a waifu support. There's that right there. But where was the other one? I could have sworn there's another one. Oh, yeah. Oh, was Mercury already in game? Hold up. Oh, snap. Okay, so one of the agent cards is already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. That's very interesting. When did this card come out? That makes sense. So apparently this card is going to be re-released in the box, but is also in the game during your standby phase. If you control this face-up card and no cards at the end of your opponent's last end phase, draw one card. Okay, that's a Resident Sleeper card, but it's cool. It's in the game. Also, Tripper Mercury. Very cool. So there's that right there. Back to main screen, though. Next up, we're going to be talking about waifu support, and I doubt this waifu support is good. We have a Reptilianne Servant, which actually I think Misty did play this in the show. I think she did play Reptilianne Servant in the show at one point as like a token sacrifice or something like that. I don't really know, but yo, 1-star dark reptile effect monster. Destroy this card if there's other face-up monsters in the field other than this card. Destroy this card when it's targeted by effect or a spell, trap, or cut. Neither player can normal summon a monster while this card is face-up on the field. Misty, you're gonna promote bad decks. Don't do it, Misty. Don't do it. God, Reptilianne Servants is going to be played in some stall deck, man. It's going to be played in some stall deck. Fusion decks, though. Special summon a fusion monster. Servant is blown up. But dog, this is going to be in some degenerate decks, man. Misty, why you do this? Why you do this? This is... Hold up, Misty. Misty. Good support. This is degenerate, Misty. We're gonna have to have a talk. That's not good. Not good. So there's that right there. Let's go talk about some of the Watt cards, though, because I can't believe Konami made an archetype just for me. Totally, like, you know, Watts. Actually, when did? What was the first Watt card that got out into Yu-Gi-Oh? Because I'll be in testament on when I named my username. Yu-Gi-Oh! Watts. Please, Wiki, tell me. Will the wiki tell me, like, the first time this card got added? I don't know. Let's see. What about release? No, can't find it on here. It was the second archetype after it was introduced in the Shining Darkness. Okay, hold up. When was Shining Darkness released? When was this release date? Okay, so Watts came out in 2010 in the OCG. I don't know if I changed my username from my old gamer tag to my Watt 007 gamer tag, but I just looked it up here, chat. I'll show it on the screen. But yeah, so the Watts came out in this archetype or in this box, and it got released in 2010. So I don't know if I remember correctly. I don't know when I changed my username to Watt007, but Konami made a deck for me. Let's go. Let's go. So that's very cool right here. Let's go take a look at the Watt Synchro monster. Very cool. Very cool right there. Watts were in the Shining Darkness, I believe. Thanks, Sam, even though I figured it out already. Appreciate it, homie. So we have Watt's Hydra. Dude, I can't believe they gave me a Hydra as my ace monster, bro. What about, like, a Watt Phoenix Gearfree, dude? What the heck, Konami? Anyways, though, this is the Thunder Synchro effect monster. It takes 1 Watt's tuner plus 1 or more non-tuner Thunder type monsters. This card can attack your opponent directly. That's pretty cool. When this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent by a direct attack, choose 1 card in your deck and remove it from play. Add that card to your hand during your second standbys after activating the effect. Dude, second standby phase? Are you kidding me? You kidding me? Too long. I can't believe they meme it on me, bro. They meme it on me. But still, that attack directly effect is neat. Neat right there. 1500 attack is not too shabby when it comes to a 4,000 life point game. So yeah, pretty neat. Let's go take a look at Watt's Dragonfly right there. What a goofy looking card. It's a 2-star light thunder effect. If this card is destroyed by opponent's card, either by battle card effect, especially on 1 Watt monster from your deck, doesn't limit to any level right there. So if this card just gets destroyed, you can just summon any of your Watts. I'm trying to remember though. I don't know if you can trigger this effect if it was face down defense. Yu-Gi-Oh! Rulings are annoying, but if you can do it while this card's face down on the fence, that'd be pretty cool. I guess because, like, Kidmodo. Yeah, because Kidmodo was sent to the graveyard or whatever. Trigger its effect. Kidmodo Dragon. So I think, yeah, if you have this in face down defense position, you should be able to trigger its effect. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool right here. We have Watt Mole. Look at that Chad. Look at that Chad, dude. He has a 3-star light thunder effect. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. If this card attacks a face down defense position monster, you can draw this card immediately with this card effect without flipping it face up or applying damage calculation. Literally, the first thing that this card screamed to me is just the fact that you can use it for like a Duel Links farm. You know, since that's 0 attack, you can use secret paths to the treasures to allow you to attack directly with this card. So that's all I can think of right here. Use the Chad mold to get some Chad cards from the farm events. So there you go. Thank you, Konami. Very cool. What else? What are some other just resident sleeper Watt cards? Yo, we got Watt Kiwi, dude. Also, every time I think of Kiwi, especially this, because there's something called a Kiwi bird, and the internet has cursed me. And I remember I saw I seen an image of a Kiwi bird, but someone photoshopped it to where its body was like getting cut apart, and the insides was, you know, the kiwi fruit. So every time I think of a Kiwi bird or whatever, I think of that. So this is not helping that PTSD, I guess you could say right there. So yeah, if you type in Kiwi bird meme or something like that on Google, prepare yourself for that meme right there. This is a 3-star light thunder tuner effect. Watt monsters you control cannot be destroyed battle while they're attacking. Neat. Okay, let's do your monster. Very epic right there. Watt Squirrel looks cool. This is probably my favorite Watt card so far right here. Is this cute looking squirrel. I like the red. I like the red mixed with the blue right there. So this is my favorite Watt card so far. Changing it to my new mascot soon, question mark. Anyways, the Watt Squirrel is a 3-star light thunder effect. This card can attack twice during each battle phase. If this card attacks, negate the effects of the monster battled after damage calculation, including in the graveyard. Okay, very cool. This will actually be my new Chad farm card. Okay, chat. So, oh wait. But the union attack method wouldn't work too well. The union attack method wouldn't work too well, but whatever. We'll find out a way, because we got to use the Chad Squirrel. No, we got to use the cute squirrel and the Chad mole for farm. So we're gonna have to drop unity attack just so we can be a Chad. It's worth it, chat. It's worth it. That's kind of it for the Watts from what it seems like. So that's a resident sleeper. Yeah, honestly, the support's not really that good at all. And what Watt cards do we have in the game already? Yeah, I don't know if we'll play Watts on this channel because I'm probably gonna just hate the deck if I try out the deck in Duel Links. But yeah, I mean, we have Watt Fox, destroy by battle card effect. Your opponent cannot special summon a monster or activates traps, spells, traps, spell trap effects or monster for the rest of the turn. Watt Cube. Equip only 2 Thunder type monster gains on attack for each Thunder type monster in the graveyard. You can send this face up card from the field of the graveyard to have one face up Thunder monster you control, get 1,000 attack. That'll probably be pretty good for some meme OTK with this. Yeah, so my computer froze completely right there. The audio just stopped getting inputted. Sorry for any lag right there, chat. So there's that right there. And also I just realized we actually forgot about this. There's so much Watt support missing. No Giraffe, Cobra, or Cimarrock. Can't say that last word because I'm PP head. Oof. There's one last Watt card we did not talk about. Watt Keeper, dude. Uh-oh. That's like my Thunder Hand about to snag up Misty. That's not good. Select one level 4 or lower Watt monster in your graveyard. Special summon that monster from the graveyard to destroy anything in the face. Okay. Neat. Neat right there. I should talk about these cards, but I'm not in the mood to, chat. So here's your Nordic cards. You know, that's going to help out the Nordic deck. So that's cool, I guess. Here's a tuner monster. There you go. You can build your Nordic decks through that. What was this one? A Nordic Ascendant. Hold up. Nordic Ascendant. Come on. There we go. Exile that. Okay, so these cards. Okay, 2-star tuner monster. On this card's normal summon. If your opponent controls a monster, you control no other cards. Banish normal monster from your hand and special summon 2 tokens. Okay, so this card is definitely screaming to easily summon into Odin. Okay, so that's cool. That's cool that we actually have a pretty good tuner to summon into Odin. Probably another reason why it's a UR is because this card can help you summon into it pretty quickly, to be honest. So that's cool right there. Yeah. Oh, at turn 2. Rock this, 3 copies of it, you're good to go. That's actually a good card for a turn 2 play. Turn 1, yeah, turn 1 would not be too good. Yeah, it would not be too good right there. Can't cheese it either, so that's probably why Odin's a UR card. Neat. And we also have this card right here. Single summon, you can substitute this card for any Nordic tuner. Okay. And this is used synchro material. All other synchro materials must be Nordic monsters. Once a return, you can send a Nordic monster for that graveyard. That level becomes the level of that monster on the turn. Is there any other like big Nordic cards that we have in the game that we can cheese it? We have a 5-star right here. Interesting. But yeah, no. Nordic Ascendant right there. Pretty good. Pretty good. Very cool right there. Oh yeah, I guess before we wrap up the stream, we should talk about Cardians. We should talk about Cardians because there's a lot of Cardian support in this box. Let's take a look at Cardians right here. I guess what I will do is to make sure I don't miss out on any of the Cardians. There we go. So we're gonna get that ready to go. So it looks like there's 8 Cardians in the game, unless they talk. Okay, so they did not talk about the Cardians up here. Also, apparently there's some other like shenanigans that you can use to summon into some of these cards right here. You can summon into Lord. Okay, or Thor. That's cool. Anyways, let's go talk about Cardian. So we have the Synchro Cardian right here. Let's go take a swig of water and talk about it. Let's go talk about it right there. Valkyrie's a tutor for Odin. Yeah. Anyways, though, yeah, Flower Cardian Pine. Warrior effect. If this card is wrong card. Chat threw me off. I should not have read chat. So Flower Cardian Board Fly. This is a 6-star Dark Warrior Synchro effect monster. It takes 1 tuner plus 2 non-tuner monsters. So that's just specific. You can't do or more. It's 1 tuner plus 2 non-tuner monsters. That's probably fine though, because I heard Cardian spam the board anyways, and Duel Links' board's pretty small, so yeah. If a Flower Cardian monster you control attacks a defense position monster, inflict piercing battle damage to your opponent. Okay. Once per turn, you can banish 1 Flower Cardian monster from your graveyard until the end of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent cannot activate effects of cards in the graveyard. Also, they cannot special summon monsters from the graveyard. Okay. So piercing damage. You can banish a Cardian monster from your graveyard until the end of your opponent's next turn. Your opponent cannot activate the effects of cards in the graveyard, and they also cannot special summon monsters from graveyards. It's okay. It's okay. Has some neat effects, but nothing too like crazy. We have Flower Cardian Pine. 1-star Dark Warrior effect. This card's normal summon. Draw a card. Show it. Then send it to the graveyard unless it's a Flower Cardian monster. It only uses the effect of Pine once per turn. This card is destroyed by balance in the graveyard, or if this card's possession is destroyed by opponent's card effects in the graveyard, you can draw a card. Very cool right there. Very cool. Next up, we have Clover with a Boar, or Clover with Boar. Warrior effect monster cannot be normal summoned or set. Must be first special summon from the hand, attributing Flower Cardian monster, except Flower Cardian with Boar. If this card's special summon, draw a card if you do show it. And if Flower Cardian, then if it's a Flower Cardian monster, you can destroy it one monster opponent controls. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Okay. Yeah, special summon, draw a card. If it's a flower, you can destroy one. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Okay. That's actually a kind of a cool card right here. Special summonable. What was this? Didn't this one? Yeah, so you could use Pine to potentially draw into Boar. And then sacrifice Pine to summon into Boar. And then potentially destroy a card opponent controls. So that's cool. Flower Cardian Maple with Deer. Okay. So yeah, this is, what is this? A 10-star Dark Warrior effect monster. Cannot normal summon or set. Must be special summoned for your hand. But tripping Flower Cardian monster, the Flower Cardian Maple with the Deer. This card is special summon, draw a card. And if you do show it, then a Flower Cardian monster, destroy a spell trap or opponent controls. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. So I'm like a Boar a little bit more, but we got some, spell destruction. Not bad. That's always nice for a deck to have. So we have Flower Guardian Pine with Crane. Crane! This is a 1-star Dark Warrior effect. Cannot be normal summoned / set. Must be a special summon from your hand, attributing one level 1 Flower Cardian monster except Crane. This card's special summon, draw a card, show it. And if you show it, then special summon it if it's a Flower Cardian monster. Okay, so this one's a special summonable one. Cool. Otherwise, since a graveyard at the end of the battle phase, if this card battles, draw a card. Now, let me read. Must be so. Wait, so does. So can you not use Crane? Draw a card and then special summon Flower Cardian monster. So, chat, you're gonna have to answer this for me. But can Crane special summon the Boar and the Deer if you draw into it? From what I could tell, they can, but I need chat confirmation because I do not see Yu-Gi-Oh. I do not see Yu-Gi-Oh right there. Must first be special summoned. Attributing a Flower Cardian. And does this one do it for the grave at all? Especially, yeah, I don't know if Crane can do it. So there's that right there. I guess next we can talk about Flower Cardian Zebra Grass with Moon. 8-star monster, Dark Warrior effect, cannot be normal summon or set, must be special summon from your hand, attributing one level 8 Flower Cardian monster, except Flower Cardian Zebra Grass with Moon. This card is special summon, draw a card if you do show it, if then you can special summon it as a Flower Cardian monster. If it is a Clouded Mother, otherwise it's in the graveyard. Once per turn, this card is destroyed with monster by battle, draw a card. So yeah, I don't know if Crane and Moon can special summon the other ones, but I'd assume they do. Or whatever, because chat quiets right now, because I haven't been interactive with chat today's stream. Big sad right there. So, there's that. I guess the last couple, well, I keep saying last couple of things, but there's a few things that are interesting. We have Watt Castle. Any monster attacks a Watt monster loses 1,000 attack after calculation. Watt Adjustment, equipped to a level 3 lower Thunder type monster, it gains 800 attack. Also, its effects are negated. Each time it inflicts battle damage to your opponent, draw a card. Cool. So that'll actually help out with some memes if I ever do mess around with it. Playmaker getting reprinted, Rebounder getting reprinted, Slugger getting reprinted. So at least the common UAs are getting reprinted, which is nice. But none of the good UA cards are getting reprinted. So anybody that like new to Duel Links wants to play UAs, they're gonna have to fish out for Perfect Ace alongside the other UA cards. At least they thought about UA and adding the other old cards. So there's that right there. Yeah, I think I could talk about a couple other things, but I think we'll probably wrap it up on today's stream right here. Nothing really else too like super noteworthy to talk about. So it is what it is right there. So I think we're gonna be wrapping up today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links live stream right there. So that's pretty nice. With beat down, maybe next it must be special summon first. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Also, I think my stream delay might be pretty bad right now. So sorry for the bad stream delay. That is happening right there. So I'll probably be playing some music at the end of the stream so that when I end my stream, everything gets cut off. and all that stuff right there. Sorry, my guy, I'll invest into this box mostly fortunately in Chalice, but so sad about Spellbook of Knowledge. Dude, Spellbook of Knowledge and Duel Links would have been pretty crazy. Yeah, that is very interesting. That it got added to the game, but it's not in the box right there. That is for sure. There's been a lot of confusions when it came to this box. That is for sure. So, there's that right there. You finally got Montage Dragon. Nice, my guy. Maybe Nox him as we shall summon first. That's what I'm thinking. Like, that's why I'm kind of confused about the whole Cardian thing. So there's that right here. But yeah, thank you guys for watching today's stream. Like I said, I just didn't want to read chat too much so that we can just get forward with the stream because I was planning to do other stuff as it is. It's currently 10 o'clock and I got to get to work tomorrow at 8 a.m. I go to work in 8 hours. So that's a big goof right there. So that's why I'm going to be wrapping up today's stream. On the bright side, I do get out of work at 2:30. So I think the best thing that I'm going to do, because I was hoping to like record and edit a Duel Links leak video today. But to be honest, the better course of action would be to record it when I get back home and edit it when I get back home and drop it at like 5 or 6 o'clock. No promises though, because just sometimes my other family members have schedules of their own. And yeah, we don't really tell, my family doesn't really tell each other like what's the exact schedule for the plan. We just, yeah, I guess like this is a trait that I have and I guess my entire family has where we're just kind of like spontaneous in a sense where we just kind of just do what we need to do on the spot. We don't really like plan ahead unless it's like an actual vacation and all that stuff. When it comes to like day-to-day, you know, life or whatever, we don't really plan things out. So I don't really know what's going to be happening tomorrow, so no promises right there, but what I want to do is make a video for you guys tomorrow about some Duel Links leaks and stuff like that. So there's that right there. Appreciate you guys stopping by today's stream, even though I wasn't planning to stream. I appreciate it, and yeah, I don't really know what else there is to say, so I guess like, subscribe, all that good stuff right there. Join my Discord, become a YouTube member today. And yeah, I think it's gonna be it for me. Thank you for stopping by in today's live stream, everybody. And I'll go see you guys in the next one. So let's click the sell out buttons, join the Discord, it's free. Get to talk to me. Very nice right there. And then last but not least, YouTube members. So there's that right there. Gonna play